All right, let's talk about two little words that cause a ton of headaches in English: since and for. They seem so simple, but they trip up just about everyone. But don't you worry, because by the end of this, you're going to be using them like a pro. Let's get into it.
So, does this look familiar? That little blank space? That's where the chaos happens. Is it since 5 years or for 5 years? If you've ever just paused staring at that blank, you are definitely not alone. And we are going to solve this little puzzle for good right now.
Here's our game plan. First, we'll nail down the one basic rule you need. Then we'll zoom in on since and for individually. We'll do a quick side-by-side comparison, check out the common mistakes so you can dodge them, and I'll leave you with a super simple memory trick that'll make it all stick. Sound good?
Okay, so what's the one thing these two words even have in common? Well, they almost always hang out with a special kind of verb tense. You might have heard of it, the perfect tense, and getting this one little connection is really the first big step.
Think about that sentence. I have lived here. The action, living here, it didn't just happen in the past and end. Nope, it started back then and it's still true right now. That's what that have lived does. It builds a bridge from the past to the present, and both since and for help us describe that bridge. They just measure the time in totally different ways.
All right, first up to the plate, let's talk about since.
The job of since is super specific. It points to the exact moment something began. Think of it like dropping a pin on a map. It marks the precise starting point of the journey. It's all about answering the question, when did this whole thing kick off?
And check out these examples. Every single one gives us a sharp, clear starting point. When did I start living in Delhi? 2010. When did she start working here? Monday. When did he conk out? 8 o'clock. You see that pattern? Since always points back to a specific time, a date, a day, or a distinct moment in your life.
Okay, now for our second word, for. Now, if since is the pin on the map marking the start, for is the odometer in the car. It doesn't care where you started, it just tells you how long you've been driving.
And this is the absolute key difference. For isn't interested in the starting point at all. It's all about the total amount of time that's passed, the duration. It's there to answer the question, so how long has this been going on?
Look how this plays out. We don't know when I started living here, do we? All we know is the total chunk of time is 10 years. We have no idea when she started studying, just that the duration was 2 months. So for is always followed by a length of time, a number of minutes, hours, days, years, whatever.
All right, time to put them right next to each other. This is where it all clicks.
Let's just boil it down. It's like a simple checklist. Are you talking about a starting time, like a specific year or a specific date? You're going to use since. Are you talking about a duration, a length of time like 10 years or a few days? That's a job for. It honestly is that black and white.
Now let's get to the really useful part. We all learn best by seeing the mistakes, right? So let's look at the most common errors people make so you can just leapfrog right over them.
And here it is, our original problem sentence. So why is this wrong? Well, 5 years isn't a starting point. It's a chunk of time. It's a duration. It answers how long, not when.
So the fix is a piece of cake. Since we're talking about a duration, we just have to use the word that measures durations, and that's for. For 5 years. Boom, done.
Okay, this one's a little bit sneakier. The problem here isn't actually since. 2015 is a starting point, so that part's fine. The real issue is the verb, am. Remember what we said way back at the beginning about building that bridge?
That's it. Since and for need that special perfect tense to connect the past to right now. I am is just now. It doesn't build the bridge. You need I have been. That shows the action started in 2015 and is still going on.
And here's that exact same verb trap again. For 10 years is perfectly correct, it's a duration. But the verb know is in the simple present. It doesn't connect the past to the present.
The fix is to build that bridge again. I have known him for 10 years. That little have is so powerful. It tells us the knowing started a decade ago and is still true today.
Okay, we've gone through the rules, the examples, the mistakes. Now I want to give you one incredibly simple trick so that you never, ever have to second-guess yourself again.
This is it. This is the whole secret right here. Before you say or write your sentence, just ask one of two little questions in your head. If the answer is about when something started, use since. If the answer is about how long it's been happening, use for. It's that easy. When, since. How long, for.
So go ahead, think about it right now. What's something you've been doing since this morning? Maybe you've been awake since 7 a.m. And what have you been doing for the last 5 minutes? Well, you've been watching this explainer for a few minutes. See? You're already doing it. Now you know the difference, and you've totally got this.